Hi guys, welcome in. So if you're clicking on this video, you are at a very pivotal point in your life, and I want to congratulate you for one, because I pulled out an overarching theme from Between Worlds. There's been, if you watched the video yesterday, I was talking about the mistletoe that naturally fell, and it was a synchronicity of like 3 different occurrences, so I felt it was very vital to include it. And it's Between Worlds, and I didn't even realize it until I just turned on the camera that the mistletoe is it doesn't grow in the soil, it grows on the tree, so it's between worlds. So there's something about that. Also, I only wanted 1 card, but what happened was 2 came out, and the second card, which is called Multiplicity, came out yesterday. It came out yesterday, guys. There are so many things that are connecting. And I almost wish that I would have turned on the camera, because in my mind I'm like, somebody is forming new habits. New habits. You're forming new habits. And they might seem really small and tiny, but they're accumulating. And they will bear fruit. It's like that 7 of Pentacles. Like, it's the seeds that have been planted. There is a video about the lessons pulled from Japanese anime, and they were saying that if, like, they have a goal of just 1% each day, get 1% better at something. Because over the course of a year, I don't know how they got this calculation, but 37. So again, multiplication, multiplying something. You're multiplying, and the first card to come out, sorry, let me backtrack, is scholarship. Okay? And scholarship is new skills and knowledge, collaboration, education. A group of birds gather around the flame of knowledge. What will they learn or unlearn in their pursuit of truth together? Now is a time to question old ways of thinking, dig for information, and cultivate new skills. This may require finding a new perspective or listening more deeply to others. With a beginner's mind, who knows what puzzles might be solved? We have to form this new way of being, of looking at things as if for the first time, but with the lessons we've learned, okay? And this, I love that scholarship came out because it was talking about new skills. And I immediately, when I tapped into this energy and kind of let go and let the energy flow through me, was somebody's forming new habits. These micro habits will add up and multiply to show a fruitful result. Whatever it is, I feel like it's just you becoming the best version of yourself. 256. So multiplicity, complexity, dissolving binaries, and uncertainty. Now, that was the message I was getting from this because of yesterday's read. This has another meaning. And it's funny because this is going to talk about things having multiple meanings. And realizing sometimes people's truth, even though you don't agree with it, and for whoever I'm talking to, I feel like you can relate, is your truths evolve. You know, we're led to one truth so it can help us digest the next truth. That's why we can't just be given all the information at once. It would blow our psyche. We wouldn't be able to handle it. We have to be spoon-fed these things, especially because of the conditioning that we have been raised in. So I watched Witch and Scythe. I really love her. She's not superficial. It's not the superficial spirituality. She really goes in depth. I love her studies. I have never taken her courses. I would love to at some point. But she's really good at what she does. And my point is she was talking this morning about the Vesica Pisces, which is like the MasterCard symbol, which I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but there's something about the 2 circles interlocking, like worlds colliding between 2 worlds. You know, when you interlocked 2 of the spheres, you get that little in between mixed color, 423. So 2 circles converge into 1. Thank you. Day unites itself into night. Death loosens itself to life. This card actively breaks down binary ways of thinking of ideas like right and wrong, and asks you to hold multiple truths at once. Can you honor the complexity in humanity? Can you hold 2 ideas at the same time in a more spherical way of thinking? I don't know why I didn't just show you this card, because that's exactly what I was talking about. This middle part right here. Also golden eggs. You could be seeing a lot of golden eggs or golden apples. Holding space for people to have their own truths. You don't need to attach to it. You can allow people to live their lives. And it actually makes things so much easier. There's nothing to prove. There's no one to be. If there is something to contribute, you know, it's really good to pay attention to how you contribute. What do you say? I know for me, last week, I was paying attention to how I was responding to somebody, and I had to take a second and be like, did that just come out of my mouth? Because that was filled with like passive aggressive, like father wound. And I was like, holy crap, I have a father wound. And I thought excuse me, confirmation birth. I thought I had dealt with that. But what I'm coming to find out is things are a spiral, and they just come back to us in a different form, in a new level, so that we can tackle those and gain even more power. Because it's like, you've already started. Why not keep going? But being compassionate and loving and patient with yourself, and letting those emotions arise, and deciding for yourself, is that an emotion that I want to claim? If not, observe it and allow it to pass through you, so that it can go on its merry freaking way. Before I get started into the tarot and this numerology and the symbols, I would really, sorry about that. I will share this in the next video, but I took my son to the park. We went scootering and just, you know, enjoying nature. And I had some trees like that I was connecting with, and there was some pods, and it was like, you should look at these. And I haven't had a chance to look this one up yet, but I know this is, it's called a conifers. I can't say it. It's like the baby, before it becomes like a pine cone and stuff. I think it's from a cypress tree. Or no, this one's from a cypress tree. And this one looks like it has little eyes on it with eyelashes. And I know that my logo for my business kind of looks similar to that. I don't know if you can see. Maybe not. I see a little eye with the eyelashes, and it's like that everywhere. Oh my god, it's kind of like the eye. Okay. So I will be looking up their spiritual and esoteric meanings and sharing them with you on the next read, so stay tuned for that. That is kind of my thing, and I've been kind of guided to share my thing, because once you understand that everything in this world is a reflection of the divine mind, but in, you know, this multiplicity in multiple different ways and so many different aspects, and you have a choice of what frequency and where you want to align yourself. You can, you know, it's Star Wars. Do you want to align yourself with the dark or the light? You have a choice. And I don't know where that's going, Spirit. Where are we going with this? Take a drink. Okay. They kind of just dropped me on that. I don't know what just happened. Okay, I guess it's not necessary. But yeah, do stay tuned. I that's something that I do. Oh, thank you. You're bringing me back. That was just, this is the dream world. Okay, when you wake up, you realize, you know, we came here, we come into consciousness within this body, and then we have DNA. There's karma. You learn about your kids' karma, how everything is interlaced and interwoven. And then there's also soul fragments that need to be recalled and returned. And it is an ongoing process, and that's why it's so important to realize that we have to have balance. We have to have these little things that where we can connect and we can find the signs and symbols. Yeah, Spirit, we're kind of going in this weird runaround right now. Let's keep it digestible. So, if this is the dream world and everything represents something for us, to us, like they say, go out in nature and you can get a lot of answers. Just watching the way that they move, or they hunt, or they live their lives, gives us a lot of knowledge. And what I have found is that there is a a lot of knowledge when it comes to plants, like finding any kind of reference or meaning. If you're drawn to it, not anybody else. Nobody else is gonna really get it. Not always, but it can help others. My point is, if something draws your attention, say you're going for a walk and like for the first time you started noticing pecans on the ground, well, look it up. What is the spiritual, like, because it pulled you to it. Your awareness brought that into your line of sight for a reason. It's not just for nothing. Okay? I'm not gonna, yeah. I can go on about that. Because it's almost like you get to the point where everything is a spiritual meaning and a tangible 3D meaning. It's like when people talk, like I was saying, when I heard myself, you can hear their beliefs. I had a neighbor share with me that, I said something like, oh, hi, how are you doing? How's it going? And he just mentioned his garden was the only thing he was proud of in his life. And it was just a walk passerby. And it was like, I immediately knew just by that comment that he is not happy with himself or his life. So I made it a conscious decision to send him, some clarity or some love or, whatever it is that he might need on his path. But I'm also not going to get tangled up with it. It's not my obligation. It's not whatever does happen. Say he whatever is in the future for him, I'm not going to let it affect me, because I know that I never pushed any kind of judgmental energy on him. I know that I was there at one point in my life. And that's just it, showing compassion for this multiplicity of truths. Because people don't want to be shamed and guilted and told, like, oh no, that's wrong. That's wrong. Like, we are creators and we create the meaning that we have in our life, okay? 12:16. Wow, and I haven't even got the tarot out. Look at me channeling. Okay, Queen of Cups. Loving, nurturing energy. Wow, I wonder if this is a person. We're gonna move that back. Don't mind me, I'm working on this, okay? I know. I don't have to explain anything to anybody. If you don't like it, then you don't have to watch it. Somebody's shining their crown. There's an apple, but it's a red apple. Kindergarten. That is so funny. Oh my god, I just bought this for my son. It's inside. I just noticed it. So again, there's going to be something that you just noticed. It was always there. Page of Pentacles at the bottom, flipping a coin. It's like, wow, I'm really good at this, and it's right here. I can. It's like you might be turning a profit with something. Gaining new skills, new habits. You could be seeing having a lot of references to birds. A lot. I know those are bird cards, but there's a white and a black, so it's like a balance of something. Ooh, child. Ace of Cups is making that crown because they fell in love with something. See that hot air balloon with the Ace of Cups? Like, floating. Not feeling the gravity of something. Interesting. Oh, there was one more. Queen of Wands. Oh my god, this is water and fire. Somebody's falling in love with another part of themselves. Oh, child. 14:14 on the timer, so temperance energy. You've alchemized something. You're putting a plan. You're putting something in action. We got two queens here, guys. This looks really nice out here. I just heard you're gonna be getting the emotion needed. So you've been having the thought forms. It's been the emotion behind it. That's why new habits. 1444. That was actually 1443, but it was about to change. So something is about to change. Something's about to change. What's their obstacle or resistance, please? We had out of 4 cards, guys. What are the odds? What are the odds? Let's find out if this is a person or if this is an aspect of yourself. The challenge is maybe the tangible, waiting for the results possibly, or, ooh, I'm also getting with multiplicity, the way that you want it to come in, it's not going to be that way, but the plan was necessary. This is kind of going with yesterday's read. Page of Swords. Okay, this is a person. This is a person, because it's another court card, guys. Page of Swords. Or this, I don't like that though. It doesn't matter what I like. It's what they said. 1551. So for some of you, maybe not all of you, we will go to both of them. All right. You have the challenge. The resistance is this Page of Swords. This research. This knowledge that you have been acquiring. Needs to be put into that's the situation, okay, and loving what you're doing, romanticizing what you're doing, the new habits, the new skills, the new way of looking at things, instead of it being a burden, instead of it being a responsibility. It's your journey, it's your level up, it's romanticize it, because the Queen of Pentacles needs to match this set. I feel like whoever you are, you might have strong boundaries and you're already that you could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but you're a star for sure. The star right here. It's like your shine is trying to come out. Maybe call this in. You know, you can even generate this emotion by a movie or music that is associated with a feeling. Page of Cups. Holy crap, guys. This is so many court cards. 1717. Making clay. Finding a way to express yourself. Like I was saying, taking this knowledge, is what you've consumed needs to be put into play so that your light will be shining bright. Just like I hear your soul would really like. Interesting. What's this? Okay. I did not ask. I don't even want to look at it because I didn't set the intention yet. Please. What is the subconscious, please? Subconscious. Oh, the other story somebody said. So the other way this could be is that these are actually people, and the obstacle and the resistance is to take a look at the people that are external to you because they are trying to reflect something back at you that you need to learn about yourself. This could be a air sign and an earth sign, or this could just be a child and a woman, or somebody in their divine feminine energy, which means they're very receptive. They take, but they don't give. And they're not good at receiving. Like, not very good at people telling them, like, oh, I love you, and, like, maybe nurturing, because the earth sign, the pentacle, she's very nurturing. She's very loving. And maybe this is an aspect of yourself. There's too much air, not enough grounding. King of Pentacles wanted to show his face in the subconscious. Oh, so somebody's actually, okay, your subconscious is like ready. You could have an icy Taurus at the bottom of your natal chart, or a Capricorn. That's all that's coming through. I mean, it could be any earth sign. Yeah, your subconscious, 8 of Cups in reverse and the 8 of Swords, 88 could be significant. I'm hearing 8 ball. It I was about to say that reverse. So your subconscious is kind of refusing to walk away from a past situation or a past hurt or a past limiting belief. Let's get something on this. Hey, sorry, I hate to be the bearer of news. We want to hear all the great stuff in these reads, but what really helps us grow is knowing the truth, okay? And that's what I'm here to do. 10 of Swords. Somebody betrayed you hardcore. Hardcore. and it's like you're holding on to it too tight. This is in the past. It's not the present moment. It's not the present energy. It doesn't represent who you are, and it needs to be addressed. Yeah, the world at the bottom, spirit, the train. Do you hear all these confirmations? Do you see this? The world. And I just recently found out something, and I actually like it. We don't really escape cycles or close cycles. We jump to a new one. It's like going to a new level. Like the level doesn't just close down. It operates for those who need it, and then you move on to the next cycle. So yeah. So maybe you have this kind of apartment and you want a balcony, you know? Yes, please, and thank you. So we need to find something for this conscious mind. I'm gonna have to move this back. So maybe you should take a step back to see something. Magician at the bottom. Let's get conscious mind. What's going on in their conscious mind? Seven of Wands. So maybe you might be a little defensive, having your guards up, like feeling possibly that other people are it's almost like attacking you, or they just don't get you. They don't get your actions, what you're trying to do. Give me one more for this, please. Page of Wands. What you're trying to do, what you're trying to go after. That's a lot of fire. That's why you need water. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water. Go swimming. Go to the river, though. Try to stay out of the pools with the chemicals. Page of Cups again at the bottom of the deck. So I'm also getting for somebody's storyline, they do have a child, actually. And you might be a little bit too protective over them. That's for somebody. Oh, so you might not even be like, look at all these microphones. People are trying to get information out of this person. So maybe you're just keeping a tight lid on this new adventure because there's forces that would try, if you know, you know. It's not always people. It's the energies. It's what's at play. Oh gosh. Okay. They'll get there. What they're leaving behind. So what you're leaving behind is not finishing things, not mastering some kind of skill. It's like, you're like, no, I'm done with that. See, Eight of Pentacles, if it's in the upright, it's like new habits, forming healthy habits, working out, getting the body moving, working the mind, body, soul, spirit, all aspects, all elements, having complete balance and mastering something. This is not. This is almost like starting and not finishing something. And somebody's walking away from that. Somebody is forming solid new skills, new ways of being. This is beautiful to see, guys. Okay. And for their advice. That was way too many. Judgment. Your advice is not to commit to anything yet, because this needs to be addressed first. Okay, I get it. And I saw the Seven of Swords, so if you were thinking about we have the Six of Pentacles. If you were thinking about doing something for equal give and take, like we were talking earlier, somebody likes to take, but then in order to have a healthy equal give and take, it needs to be reciprocity. It needs, like, even with information, when you're sharing it, if somebody is going to gaslight you and throw it right back at you, don't be sharing with them anymore, because it's defeating the whole purpose, and they're sending back some kind of delusional, what is that word? Contrite? No. contorted. Somebody is sending you a contorted energy. So quit sharing with them. Quit sharing with them, because you don't need that kind of commitment. The Hierophant in reverse. Be discerning, be aware of how people are taking your energy. How do they make you feel? How does your solar plexus, how does your sacral energy feel? How do you feel in general? What's their environment? What's their environment? Five of Cups in reverse. You're getting over this loss. You're getting over something. Your environment is supporting you in this endeavor. Hold on. My nose is itching, and I have a big feeling this has to do with your subconscious. And once this is healed, the floodgates are open, and you can proceed forward with whatever it is that you are developing and that you are bringing into your reality. I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you're creating something. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups, guys. 10 of freaking Cups. And yes, I was grabbing this with the environment. So, happiness is possible. And it's funny because the 5 of Cups in reverse, it's like splitting, like 10 of Cups in half is 5, and 5 is like change and transformation. Well, not, yeah, it's kind of transformation because it is change, which I'm thinking of like the Wheel of Fortune and stuff. So somebody is generating these new habits, these new ways of being and looking at things, being open and honest with themselves about this multiplicity, people having more than one truth and not needing to control, and also somebody's lessening the control on their child, which is beautiful to see. Having more trust, showing them that you have faith in them so they can feel confident in making their own decisions in life. I feel like whoever I'm talking to, maybe you never got that. Maybe it's time to reparent yourself, okay? Yeah, the Hermit. Maybe you were... we're not going to get into that. Okay. Hopes and fears. Hopes and fears. Hopes or fears. Hopes or fears. 2 of Wands. I see somebody like going and exploring, seeing, maybe going to Arizona, California, Nevada, planning. These are hopes. These are hopes. Somebody is hoping to go explore this beautiful earth that we are part of, that we are. It is us and we are it. Gaia. What's up, Gaia? Oh my God! 4 of Wands and 10 of Pentacles. You guys! Stable. I also see 1111. Very stable. Very, like, fireworks, prosperity, like, an energy that maybe you never experienced is, like, total at ease. Never having to worry about your needs being met. Your food always being there when you need it. Learning new ways to contribute to your energy and what you put in your body and how energy actually works, how these contracts actually work, these energetic contracts and the energy that we accidentally pick up that isn't even ours or from our ancestors. It's so complex. Like this was saying, it's so complex, but once you understand it, it becomes so simple. Like when you think of when we were kids, I want to say kids. Oh, that's really cool. There's a spiral in hair on my table. When we were kids, I know that I would watch my cousins drive a car and I'm like, oh my God, how do they do that? Like, I'm like petrified for whenever I have to drive. And now I drive like breathing. Like, it's so easy, right? So it's a false fear. It appears to be very scary, right? But it's not. We make it into a bigger deal than it actually is. And when we take that power back, which I see somebody in the process of doing, or this is a confirmation of this is what you've done. This is in your future. These are you have beautiful hopes, beautiful dreams. I see generational wealth. I see planning and exploring the world, maybe even doing ancient sites and connecting with ancestors in new and beautiful ways. 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, guys. Does it get better than this? Having full support by the universe, by yourself, not like by yourself, but supporting yourself, loving yourself, and then allowing the universe to love and support you too. I don't know if anybody grew up without a mother and a father. I have a very similar background, So I haven't really known, and the ones that were in my life were very toxic and very disruptive. So I've had to reparent myself because I know that we deserve better. But in order to receive and believe that we deserve better, these new habits, these new ways of being need to be formed and addressed so that we can keep elevating. King of Cups. Okay, let's get a possible outcome because I do want to pull a couple from these other decks. What is that? King of Cups still wanted to come out. And is that in reverse? No. Okay, that's way too many. I'm not taking it. Not taking it. Possible outcome. 3, 2, 1. Ace of Wands in reverse. There's that Queen of Swords. 30, 34. The Tower, the Empress, hold on, and one more. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay. There is an air element. I'm going to show you this card. Yep. There's a quality within us that likes to charge in and kind of dictate the situation. Even if you don't do it on the outside, maybe it's going on up in here. And it is blocking something. It is blocking a raw energy from coming in, and I feel like this has to do with the very beginning of that. I know this is Wands, but it's almost like that momentum, that raw energy that's coupled with this Ace of Cups, fire and water, that polarity, the multiplicity, the two circles coming and joining into one to create this beautiful new beginning, this idea, this inspiration that you have that's going to help humanity. This is absolutely gorgeous. This tower needs to fall, and towers are not terrible. I know that it can seem that way, 3144, but the thing is if we don't have towers, we don't grow. And here's the thing about my energy. Up in the MC career, by my son, exactly who I am on the outside, I bring towers. This is who I am. I've accepted it, and I understand now why things in my life went the way they did, because I didn't understand my power. I didn't understand the energies that I was born with. But when I understood my natal chart, when I understood my missing elements, when I balanced those things out, it brought my equilibrium. It brought me information to calm my nervous system down and help with my whole body being able to integrate these high vibrational energies. Whoa, that was really pretty. So whoever you are, this is something that you are going to be going through, and it's nothing to be scared of. Allow it to come in. Allow yourself, tell yourself constantly, every day, subconscious, I love you, I've got you. This is not the same situation. This is a past experience where we didn't walk away from a past experience and we were betrayed. We were betrayed, okay? They're saying to pull something on that. But then, okay, let me finish this. With the Empress, you're stepping into this balanced, loving, magnetic energy, which is bringing you prosperity, which is bringing you self-sufficient energy, and not only independence, but interdependence, because the Ten of Pentacles came out right before all this, on your hopes and fears, stability, being able to go out and adventure and explore this beautiful world. It depends on what spectrum. You know, there are a lot of terrible things, but if you look in history, forever, it's always gonna be that way. We can't have one without the other. If you want to focus on the negative, the political, and all the stuff you can't even control, then be my guest. Go, if you want to give your power away, that is not for me. I do not lay claim to that here with the advice. The Hierophant in reverse. Do not attach yourself to things you don't actually believe. You can listen to people and you don't have to attach to it. What is this? Whoa. I need something on how they're going to get through this Ten of Swords, Eight of Wands, or Eight of Cups in reverse, Eight of Swords, Ten of Swords in the subconscious. That's interesting. A King of Wands, Page of Cups, the Moon. There's a hidden aspect. There's a king aspect. There's a divine masculine, either archetype or person. Because remember, internal, external. I don't want you waiting for something external to pop up. 34, 33. The worst thing we can do is think that we need, is to wait for an external change. Now, I'm not saying that's bad. I am saying that when we're given signs and we're not acting upon them before something happens, then we definitely have to deal with the consequences. But it's better to take the bull by the horn. It's better to take control of your own life and the aspects that you actually have control over. So again, I don't want to say, I feel like this is an aspect of yourself, but this could be a person. Again, somebody hidden. We have the moon here, Page of Cups. I also feel like this is like a child, like a part of yourself that you kind of push to the background, because we have the Page of Cups here. And again, fire, water, and the moon. There's a hidden aspect of somebody that was pushed down because of a past betrayal. It's almost like tell your subconscious, like, this is whatever the situation is, whatever action needs to be taken, whatever needs to be dealt with, whatever emotion. Tell your subconscious that it's not the same situation. This is a new experience. You have grown so much. You didn't go through growing pains for nothing. Okay? Growing pains are real. They're so real. I love you. Yeah. I'm also getting with the subconscious is to take authoritative action towards your subconscious, towards the moon, even maybe doing moon magic and asking for secrets to be revealed. We are currently in a strawberry moon, June 11th. So full moon in Sagittarius. Fire. Strawberry moon. To call on this childlike wonder. When I see Page of Cups, I think of childlike wonder. I think of like creativity and like being passionate and emotional towards something that you care about, or just awe. It can also be a child. You could be seeing this symbol. Look in the sidewalks, guys. Good fortune. This is good fortune for you. I love this so freaking much. Number 13. I just heard divine counterpart come into me, and I looked down and it was divine masculine. I feel like somebody went through something in their life. You did. You went through something in your life that was horrific. You couldn't believe these people would betray you because you chose not to walk away. You chose to stick around, right? You wanted things to get better. You wanted to be that good person, right? That kind, good person that does everything for everybody and kind of shuts themselves off. Well, that part of you is ready to come back out, okay? Ooh, it went way over there. Safe travel, way over there. Good fortune. You have good fortune. If you are taking any kind of trip, I didn't see the Chariot or the Eight of Wands, so there's not really, or even really any knights. There's no knights. This is traveling into your underworld, into, oh yeah, okay. I don't know if you guys saw that, but the wind just started really blowing and it blew a bunch of ashes all over this. Anoint yourself, call in your protection, but when we go through these stages, when we're really depressed, we need to ask ourselves why. What's making us feel this way? Where have we been? Who have we been around? What have we been eating? What have we been eating? Again, what are we listening to? What are we absorbing? Who are you hanging out with? Who are you sneaking out the window to go do stuff with? That sounds like fun, though. Oh, that just took me back. Okay, so safe travels. You have good fortune. If you are physically moving, again, I didn't see any of that, but if you are physically traveling somewhere, you have good fortune. Be open-minded. Remember to be open to multiple different truths and be proven wrong. It's actually a lot of fun to admit or change your truth, or change a fact, or change how you thought about something. Yes! You guys. Transformation here with the butterfly, like I was saying, this like new way. And then we have, oh Oh, we have one hidden and behind. So again, hidden energies. There are hidden things. There's hidden aspects of yourself that are wanting to come forward. And I see you doing that with divinity here. This is the fairy star. So you do have fairies, you have elementals that are working with you at this time. We have transmute. You could be seeing snakes. This is also represent of Kundalini energy. I know that my recovery after my Kundalini and my spiritual awakening was pretty intense. Just know this is normal, and that it's part of the process, okay? Things have to be broken down. Look up the alchemical processes in physics. You can also just look up the alchemical process of the soul, because again, the soul and 3D. We have 5D, 3D. Like, there's there's so many different ways. Not many different ways, but those two, you know, that are all chemical processes, but one's for the soul and one's for like actual metals, you know. But somebody is turning this lead into gold. They're threading something very beautiful. Yeah, with this transformation, shedding skin. Ooh, that brings me to the locust, or whatever that was. It was on the side of a banister at the park, and it came out. That was so cool. Maybe I should share we have some caterpillars, and they're going to be making cocoons soon. We're going to watch the process. I don't really like the containers that they put them in, though. Yeah. There's got to be a better way. I just heard one more from you. Okay. You're on... You're divine. Fire. Fire, fire. That's a transmutation by fire. Yeah, so you could be seeing torches, or this is... Okay. I see. Trial by fire and water. Guys, you cannot make this crap up. You cannot. What have we been talking about this whole time? As above, so below. Metatron's cube could be significant, or the Merkaba. Whoever you are, you're bringing in two different elements that is going to make a third. You see this triangle? Giving, receiving, taking, which we don't want to be. We want to be giving and receiving in a balance to equal this divine energy that comes together and creates a new form. Oh, child. This requires death. And death is nothing to be afraid of. That is the only constant, right? Change. Death. Those towers that fall down, welcome them, love them, send them love. Say, oh, I'm so thankful that I'm getting a tower and I get to grow. And it and it comes to me with, somebody could have a blocked throat chakra, so make sure your words are very powerful. They are spells. Whatever you believe, whatever you say, whatever you give your intention and power to, it's going to come alive for you. So set those intentions that, you know, I am not afraid to shed skin. I embrace it with love and compassion and grace, and I welcome it with open arms to be revealed to me in a loving and compassionate way. You know, it doesn't always have to be like, everything's taken from you and you have to start all over from scratch. It can be a very graceful, like, as we remain grateful for everything we have, but we know that we can strive for more and for better, but also being content with who we are right now in this present moment. Yeah, because something is very veiled. Something is very veiled. The affluence. Psychic. Because you're so psychic. And that's just the natural way of being. You're just very tapped in. It's like you know how to do things before you even know really what it's about. And then you find out later on, like, holy crap, I did that and I didn't even know I was doing it for that. Actually, one of my friends was just telling me they did that. And that's the beauty of this. Like, sometimes you just have to trust and let your body do what it feels like it wants to do. Now, I don't mean in the sense of reacting in violence and responding to toxic energy. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, when you're behind closed doors and your body wants to move, do you want to dance? Do you want to create? Do you want to make an altar? Whatever it is. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, guys. Like, I just love you so freaking much. I look back on my life and I'm like, this is really happening. Like it's surreal. It's just like wow. Looking at journals from a couple of years ago, like I was journaling about this. It's here. Like it's here. Something is here for you guys. Oh, where did it go? Well, I was going to show you the name of this, but it's not even on here. Oh, yeah, it is. I can't say that, can I? But James, I love this by Prima Visions. They also have a really good rune deck as well. It's like a numerology slash artwork, and it's amazing, and it makes my head tingle. It does. It does. I can't believe this just came out. Okay. Portal. There's a portal opening for somebody. You have the key. Are you going to walk through it? And again, this spiral. Okay, it did kind of move, but this hair was in a spiral. Can you see it? Probably not. Okay, I threw the hair and something fell down. The hair. Do you see the string? Do you see that? You're threading the needle. You're putting the thread in the right hole, in the right portal. You might start working with light language. Guys. Did I not just say you're going through this portal? These two energies, it's like they're going to converge. They're going, threading the needle, threading the portal, threading the needle, threading the portal, threading the needle. Hold on. It's almost like, can you see this? This is what I was just showing you, going into the portal. And then these energies going through. It's almost like it's a zoomed in. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. This is amazing. This is so amazing. One more. And we have mushrooms. Number 2. I need to read this one. But you see that's like spores. Ooh, that's funny because we were playing with cattails and it was like a bunch of pollen was coming off of it. And I actually ate lion's mane for the first time yesterday. I cooked it up and everything. Okay. I don't know why I shared that, but I like sharing. I like sharing. Adapt to the circumstance. Harmony. The power of mushrooms. Synthesize with your surroundings. 2 days. Mushrooms bring balance. They break down debris and provide nutrients to the soil. They also propel plant growth. Plant growth. Plant growth. And these guys, plant growth. Plant growth. This is going to provide growth for whoever this is. If anybody wants to, 902 is the numbers of these cards. There could be a significant angel number. I don't have another way to look it up right now. So, you got the key, you're completing. This is your 9, that's 0. Going through the portal to create harmony. You're going to be nutrients. That sounds so weird. It's providing growth. This threading the needle. So I'm getting pressure. I'm getting being condensed, like these new forms of these new skills, these new habits, this new way of being. It's gonna almost feel a little constricting compared to what you were in, but this is needed for that 2 of Wands, for you to go out and be able to adventure and explore the world and know that you are always taken care of with the 10 of Pentacles. Whew, you guys, this was an amazing, amazing reading. I think I'm gonna leave it here. I don't feel like there's anything else. Congratulations. Congratulations is what I feel like I should say. There is that residual betrayal. Maybe write a letter to everybody who has betrayed you. Get it out how they made you feel. but then also maybe end it with, I don't want to hold on to this anymore, so I'm letting you go. I'm cutting the cords. Maybe even a ritual would be significant. Safe travel is here. I just realized that. Good fortune. You're having good fortune. Harmony is on the horizon. You've transmuted something, or you're in the process of doing so, and it's like you do have some kind of great idea. You do have this new adventure, this new, and you're consciously aware of it, and you're leaving behind this lack of finishing something or lack of not following through with something, and you're identifying and the advice, remember, do not form contracts with people you don't want to form. If you don't want to do something, say no. No is a complete sentence, okay? It's got a period at the end. You can even say it. No, period. If they want to take it that way, it's up to them. If you don't have any animosity, if you're not like, if your energy and your emotion isn't like, I can't believe they would ask me that, then you're okay. If you're just thinking about self-love and self-care, it's okay to say no, because that is the energy you're giving off. You don't have to explain yourself. There is no reason to explain yourself. They will pick it up from the energy, and if they don't, and it triggers them, that is on them. They need to deal with that on their own, because it has nothing to do with you. I love you. The universe loves you. And everything is working out for your best and your highest good. And until next time, guys.